A day in, a week in, a month in, 2 months in. Somewhere at some point, the monotonicity starts to grow. In case you're already adept to it, like I am, hear me out. It's a long list. Irritating, senseless obstacles that test your resolve. Impatience wants to burst out of your skin. Why should I persevere through this? We are asking the wrong question. If you are already at this stage, the question should be, why am I persevering through this? The voice inside your head speaks. You need a break. Fair enough. But why do we interpret this as you need to run away? This is your host, Aaryan, and you have joined me on the Aaryan's Musings podcast, episode 7, Perseverance. I see an eagle soaring in the sky, high above, dancing near the clouds. I see the same eagle coming close to the earth, making a dive on their prey. Is hunger the only reason it descends from the clouds? I dare say it isn't. As majestic as it might feel to fly up there, rather glide effortlessly, the bird too gets bored of it. But when it descends to the surface, why does it attract attention? When I'm bored, I just sit down silently in a corner or sleep quietly. No exhibition of energy or my usual state. The bird might look like it's taking a break, except it isn't. It's in the element. It calls, shrieks, flaps, and makes sudden dives on its prey. Even if the bird's not in its territory, it hasn't let go of those skills that make it a predator, a hunter. So the purpose of life is not to run away from life. The purpose of life is to be the surfer who rides across the current, whose legs are attuned to the waves below, who shifts posture depending upon how fast or how slow he wants to go, who exposes more of his body to stop and less of it to accelerate. The wave breaks and he falls, but up he is again as soon as the waves are back at him. As soon as the waves are back at him. No, he's up as soon as he's up. He does not wait for the wave to appear to get back into his stance. Similarly, human life is not an endlessly rolling wave. There are crests and there are troughs. In fact, nothing works like that in this reality that we occupy. There are patterns that can be marked, but these are short-lived, which is what makes deciphering life so out of reach. Imagine you're driving on a road and there are no potholes. The lack of potholes does not mean that you ditch the car's suspension. You will lose it when you stop at the fuel station. Your front end will slam downward, rear wheels will be up in the sky, and there's a high chance you might skid or spin out. You need the suspension, irrespective of how the road is. Because the road is not the only obstacle there can be. It's just the most direct one. We fall prey to an incomplete idea. We forget to follow it up. Your work, your relationships, your body, these are the most direct manifestations obstacles can take upon. But there are so many more that are indirect. Therefore, is it not foolish to say that I had an exhaustive time at work, so now I'll keep that part of myself in a locker and toss the keys down the drain? Here, my mind creates a rough idea of the concept. That is, perseverance is maintaining composure attained in pursuance of a cause, even when the cause is taking a nap. Think about it. It's IPL season and everyone knows that there are drink breaks in between. What do they do in these breaks? Play football, talk about a friend's wedding, discuss movie night plans, or start dancing to the stadium's music? Not even close. They refine their strategies based on their opponent's mindset, playmaking, their own standards, shortfalls, and unexpected happenings. They don't just recharge their body, they rearm their mind based on how the war unfolded. It's not till they tame their ambitions that they finally get off the surfboard and step onto the sands. Perseverance is not a reflection of our cause. It's a refraction through our ongoing experience to eventually complete it. White light doesn't bounce off the water droplet. It refracts as an answer to its obstacle. It unfolds itself in 7 different colors. Persistence happens at a physical level. Perseverance is mental. You may begin half-heartedly, but the calm doesn't follow the storm, it precedes the storm. When life is on a trough, you prepare yourselves for the peak. When life is on a peak, you prepare yourselves for the trough. Back to the drinks break. The players may persist by keeping their body in motion. So, say they may start dancing or doing push-ups. After all, it's keeping their bodies in motion. But they persevere only and only when they do not let go of an aroused mind. Prepared to be injected with fresh inputs and force it back onto the pitch. That is when they win. Once you win the game, you can choose to be free of it. In fact, the purpose of winning the game is to be free of it. If action is initiated and reaction is induced, then persisting with a choice is not a big deal because it is born out of impression. But persevering with a choice is a well thought out decision guided by passion. It's not a reaction, it's an action. Every object leaves its source only to be united back to its origin. If you are driven by reactions, you will never be at the receiving end of anything. Receiving reactions from others is inevitable. At any point in your life, at every point in your life, it's going to happen. How you react to it is your choice. Perseverance unlocks that which is not understood by anyone, but desired by everyone. Perseverance unlocks power. The bullseye of our next target. Now we have the arrow, let's string it to the bow of our musing and let the arrow fly. Till next time then, keep musing. Take care. I'll see you soon.